Our rock-solid relationship imploded in a single night, and I'm completely blindsided. My partner, 25M, is my 26F rock, and I'm his. Literally, he tells me that all the time, including yesterday. We've been together for 5 years and have a truly wonderful relationship. Always talking, laughing, comfortable with one another, able to communicate even when we disagree. After I survived abuse as a child and struggled with unhealthy romantic relationships in the past, the fact that we love each other in a respectful, secure, and profoundly healthy way is truly my biggest blessing, and I wake up every day so happy and grateful for him. He is an incredible man with so much drive, intelligence, kindness, and gifts to give the world. About a year and a half ago, it came up for the first time that we saw ourselves getting married one day. It was such a beautiful moment, and it rocked my world. To have been vulnerable, said those words, and have him say them too. Since then, it's been something incredibly happy that I get to hold in my heart and look forward to. The subject has come up sporadically since then, but I haven't wanted to push it too far since we are young, and it is very much an eventually thing. Both of our parents are divorced, and his come from money. He got a lot of strong advice growing up not to marry young and to protect his assets, to see it from a more financial view than I ever have thought of it. Nevertheless, the thought makes me happy, and we often daydream about the future we'll build together, the little house in New Hampshire we hope to buy, and the dogs and chickens we'll have. These are conversations he participates in and brings up on his own all the time. I want to be able to talk casually about the marriage aspect too. Go to bed with a sleepy, "Can't wait to marry you," or "Love of my life." But for some reason recently, whenever the subject has come up, he's clammed up and made it feel really serious. This culminated maybe 2 months ago with a really weird conversation in which I sensed he might not have processed what marriage really means to him in a way that I had, and that he wasn't ready to be talking about this in the way that I was, or as much as he had let on. I told him I don't want to put a gun to his head, and this is just something that makes me happy to think about and talk about, and I tell him everything. I said I love him for him, I'd wait as long as he needs, but that I firmly didn't want to bring up the subject again until he was comfortable discussing it. I wanted to relieve the pressure on him, and I haven't mentioned it since. Well, yesterday we spent a really lovely day getting lunch and hiking with my family. They live far away, so we don't see them very often. My stepsister and her fiancé were there as well, and of course there was a little bit of light conversation about their upcoming wedding. My BF was his usual friendly, easygoing self. I noticed he seemed quiet on the way home and later that evening, so I asked if he was worried about work, but he just said he was tired from a long day travelling. I made him a drink, kissed him on the forehead like I always do, and promised we could do whatever he wanted to relax that night. Just did what I normally do when I can tell he's stressed, try to show empathy and take care of him. But then, as I'm making dinner, he comes over to me and drops this bomb. He came over to me crying and said spending time with an engaged couple and even barely talking about their wedding had sent him into a panic, and he didn't know if he could ever see himself getting married. I was completely blindsided. I tried to parse what he was saying, but it was like my brain was stuck. Evidently he had been locking himself in his office at work all week, crying about this. I kept asking him why he would say he wanted to marry me if he didn't. He said he was lying, basically, that he wanted to give me what he knew I wanted to make me happy. I could only just stare at him, open-mouthed. I kept trying to pinpoint if he was saying to me, "I don't think I'll be ready to get married for a long time," or "I don't think I'll ever be ready to get married, and I really don't think he knows himself. I don't think he has processed marriage at all, and this is the first time it's hitting him." He kept saying stuff about not knowing where his career will lead or if he'll have money. He has a great job, an outstanding network, and is definitely not poor. Neither of us are. And I was just like, we're a partnership. You wanted to be with me yesterday. You want to be with me today. Do you want to be with me tomorrow? Yes, he said. I said, well, that's all what matters. We have a life we love and we'll take on the future together one day. I'm devastated. He left for his stepmother's house, and I don't know when he'll be home. I cannot take another sleeping pill or my heart will stop. But I can't sleep a wink. I literally spiked a 100-degree fever and spent all night sweating and freezing. I had no idea it was possible to be in so much pain. It makes you physically sick. This person is the bedrock of my life. We have always had rock-solid confidence that we can trust each other, be vulnerable around each other, and be our full, authentic selves, without inhibition or fear of judgment. We share everything together and we are best friends. He even said that over and over as he sobbed and told me he loved me and that he didn't want to get married. Hours ago, I had the most beautiful and solid relationship in the world. Now I don't know if we're going to break up. I'm reeling. I feel like I've been stabbed in the back by my safe space. The earth fell out from under me and I don't even know what to think anymore. What do I even do or say to save this? Was I too strong in voicing my desire to get married that I scared him off? Has anyone else gone through something similar? TLDR. My boyfriend of 5 years held in all his fears about marriage and commitment, and they all exploded out at once, and now our amazing and healthy relationship could completely sink out of nowhere.